Hello, welcome to the Lovely Minute. It's a fine Tuesday morning, and we're cycling along the Seletar link. I'm actually cycling with Webb. We started in the Upper Thomson area, going to Yishun Dam. We did the Seletar Horseshoe Loop because we decided to do the Seletar airspace or the airport route, just to have a early morning cycling. But along the way we bumped into Red, who's actually in front of me. I'm actually in the middle of the group. There's actually three of us, so we maintain social distancing. You can actually see in the front camera Red is pretty far, so it's beyond the required meters for the social distancing. So I'm actually cycling with Webb. Webb is a just realized that this guy is actually from a family of cyclists, back in Nueva Ecija. I think that Nueva Ecija guys are actually known for cycling, for their cycling prowess. We've got back in the days where there was still the tour, the Marlboro tour. You get to see a lot of guys from the Pangasinan and the Nueva Ecija areas dominating the classic tour. So yep, we're cruising along the Seletar link. This is actually the outer loop. A lot of guys choose the inner loop, but we've decided to go the outer loop just to have an experience. It's actually Webb's first time to do this. Surprisingly, Webb just started cycling I think a year and a half ago. He's actually into motocross, and then since he can't do it here in Singapore, so he picked up mountain biking with me. We do off-road trail riding in T15 and Bukit Timah, and now we are now on the road. So yep, the part that we're cruising now, we're actually I think we are now in the Seletar link. After the Seletar link, we'll probably take a left turn going to the Seletar North link. So just to give you a brief background about the Seletar Airport, the usual cycling days there is actually every day, but most of the guys they normally go there on a Tuesday or on a Thursday. So it's going to be Tuesday night or Thursday night. So we've got a lot of cycling groups convene there, and part of the reason why they go there is pretty safe and it's secure, and it's a very good route for avid cyclists. For some guys are training, some guys are just learning how to cycle. So that's Red is a fellow Cebuano, and is actually also a triathlete, but since the pandemic we can no longer do triathlon. There's no triathlon events. Some of the events are postponed, some of the events are canceled, some of the events, or most of the events, are deferred to another year, another venue. So it's just but right for us to keep our sanity, just cycle, pedal. So we went to road cycling. So it's a pretty strong guy. I mean, like, one thing I like about this guy is he never surged. He just maintained the pace. As you may be aware, we're just probably running around 46, 43, 45, and there's no surge. There's actually no speeding up. There's no, attacking, so on and so forth. It's just plainly cruising. It's just the two of us doing the pace line. Reason being because it's, as I've mentioned earlier, it's just Webb's first cycling outside the Seletar Airport. So yep, just to give you a brief background about the Seletar Airport, the airport has been there for, I think, during the British time. So actually it's a small airport. It's a smaller size airport intended for private and business jet, the turbo propeller aircraft, and it was it was opened back in 1928 and handed by the British Royal Air Force and handed to Singapore back in 1971. So, yep, and it has become a famous cycling route for Singapore. So if you guys plan to visit Singapore, if you're gonna ask where the guys cycle, so Seletar is one of them. TMCR, Lim Chu Kang, a lot of cycling spots here in Singapore. So yep, we stop at the finish. No, it's not a finish line, but the red line, because you just have to observe traffic rules. It's pretty safe to cycle around this area as long as you maintain your predictability. You don't swerve, you don't cut lines or lanes or whatever, so that the motorist behind you can also apply defensive driving. So notice that red went ahead, and I exerted effort to chase him, so you get to see the power. It's pretty painful, so I upped the pace a little bit and gradually trying to stay on his wheels. But one thing I like about this guy is he can actually accelerate faster. In my case, I accelerate a bit slowly and gradually. So yep, going back to Webb, yeah, he actually sold his mountain bike and then bought a road bike just for him to really enjoy cycling. So if you're familiar with the Marlboro Tour back in the 90s, the early 90s, you get to see guys from Pangasinan dominating the classic tour. So yep, now I'm getting closer and closer to red, and it's time for me to relax a little bit. Heart rate is pretty high. I'm gonna stick on his wheel, and after that one, once I sat on his wheel for quite a while, it's my turn to pull. So it's just but fair, it's just but nice, and it's just but safe for Webb just to stay behind the two of us. This is what you call ghosting. You just stay there as a ghost, and don't try to pull, don't try to join the pace line, because you're not familiar with the route yet. You don't know where to stop, the kinds of terrain, the kinds of road condition that you might be into. So all you have to do is just stay, protect your front wheel, maintain the distance for you not to overlap wheels. These are the basic things that you have to learn and you have to understand. You get to see the gap there. I mean, he's pretty defensive cyclist, So now it's my turn. So we're actually approaching the end of it, and now we're cycling along the Seletar North Link. It's pretty nice to cycle because it's just one loop, and it's pretty nice because it's just easy. I mean, we just probably passed one stoplight, and you get to notice the speed is just around 40-ish. So, and there's a bit of headwind here, so I decided to hide as well. I'll try to pull the guy as far as I can pull them, and as far as I can sustain. And once I'm done, I'll probably I normally stay on my left and do the chicken wing, and for the guy next to do his job. So somewhere along the way, Red will do the pull, and he will maintain the pace. So you get to see the course map there. We're just basically approaching. I don't know how many kilometers are we away from. So it's just pretty near. So once again, if you plan to cycle along Seletar or the outer loop or inside the Seletar Airport, Tuesday, Thursday night is a perfect day or perfect night for you to cycle right after work, and you get to see a lot of cyclists there. Different cycling groups, OG, BSG, Haraba, Swab, and a lot of cycling groups convene in this area just to spend their day. So yep, we're still at the Seletar North Link. We'll be passing through a bridge just to connect the Seletar North Link to the West Link. So just this is the bridge. So just to give you an idea as well, that the Seletar Airport, there's a lot of restaurants inside. So we've got the Hangar 66 Cafe, we've got the famous Sok Sing 1954 bicycle cafe. You're gonna see a lot of collections there, you know, classic and retro bicycle. And we also have the Young's Bar and Restaurant, the Wild Seed Cafe and Bar. So this is the bridge. Red is still doing the lash pool, so he's gonna wave goodbye and probably head home and start his day. So yep, same way as what we're gonna do. We just open our day, start our day with a good cycling routine, and after the cycling routine we head back home and then start our day, start our work. So yep, that's Red waving goodbye. I just don't know when will I see this guy again along Singapore roads. So we'll be turning left, going to the famous Fokker bus stop, the usual meetup place. So this is the lovely minute. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you'll be updated for every upload. See ya. Ciao.